Right now, somewhere in your financial life, there is a mechanism running so quietly, so smoothly, that you have never once questioned it. It takes from you every single month. It has been taking from you for years. And the most disturbing part is not that it exists. The most disturbing part is that it disguises itself as the very thing you believe is protecting you: your salary. I know that sounds ridiculous. How could the thing that pays your bills, funds your life, and keeps a roof over your head be the same thing holding you hostage? But by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly how it works. And I promise you, once this clicks, you will never look at your paycheck the same way again. Before I show you the full picture, let me tell you the moment this became painfully real for me. A few years ago, I was sitting across the table from someone I respected deeply: smart, educated, well-spoken, the kind of person you would assume had their financial life completely figured out. They earned well over 6 figures, had the title, the office, the whole package. And in a quiet moment, with nobody else around, they looked at me and said something I will never forget. "I cannot afford to quit. I cannot afford to slow down. I cannot even afford to get sick for more than a week, and I have no idea how I got here." That sentence haunted me, because I realized it was not just their story. It was the story of almost everyone I knew. High earners, smart people, people who looked successful from every possible angle, and yet, underneath all of it, they were completely dependent on next month's deposit hitting their account. That is not security. That is a trap with excellent interior design. And today, I'm going to dismantle it piece by piece so you can see exactly how it is built and exactly how to start escaping it. If you are new to this channel, welcome. This is where I pull apart the invisible systems that shape your financial reality, the ones nobody taught you in school because the people who benefit most from your ignorance were too busy profiting from it. No fluff, no theory, just the mechanics of how things actually work. Let us begin. Meet the trap from the inside. Let me introduce you to someone I will call Marcus. He's a composite of several real people in my life, and his numbers are painfully common. Marcus is 36. He earns $90,000 a year. On paper, that puts him well ahead of most people his age. He should feel comfortable. He should feel like he's winning. He does not. Marcus gets paid every 2 weeks. Before taxes, that's roughly $3,400 per check. After federal and state taxes, retirement contributions, and health insurance deductions, he takes home about $2,500. Now, watch what happens next, because this is where the architecture of the trap reveals itself. The system does not hand Marcus his money and say, "Here you go, decide freely what to do with this." Instead, it does something far more sophisticated. It fragments his income across dozens of pre-committed channels before he ever touches a dollar of it. Rent takes $1,300. Groceries and food cost pull out $450. His car payment, insurance, and fuel consume another $500. Phone bill, internet, streaming subscriptions, $130. Utilities, $150. A student loan minimum payment he barely thinks about anymore, $200. By the time Marcus actually encounters the reality of his paycheck, he has already spent $2,730. He's in the negative before his hands reach his own money. But here's the psychological brilliance of the design, and this is the part that chilled me when I first saw it clearly. Marcus does not experience this as deprivation. He has a car, he has an apartment in a decent neighborhood, he eats out a few times a month. From the outside, he looks like he's doing well. The system gives you just enough visible comfort to prevent you from ever asking the dangerous question: why am I not actually building anything? This is the first weapon of what I call the Paycheck Prison, the illusion of progress through fragmentation. When your income arrives as a lump sum but exits in dozens of small, quiet pieces, your brain never fully registers that you are standing still. You have a lifestyle, you do not have wealth, and those are two completely different things. The invisible escalator that keeps you running. Now, if the fragmentation was the only problem, you could theoretically fix it with a strict budget. But the system has a second mechanism that is far more subtle, and it activates automatically every time your income increases. Think about the trajectory most of us follow. You were told from childhood to get educated, work hard, land a good job, so you do. Maybe you take on debt to get that education. Now you need a salary to service that debt. You land a position, good starting pay. And the moment you accept that job, something happens that you don't consciously choose. Your lifestyle quietly recalibrates to match your new income. You move into a slightly nicer apartment because you can finally afford it. You upgrade your car because the old one felt embarrassing next to your coworkers' vehicles. Your subscriptions multiply. Your dining habits shift. Small upgrades, each one perfectly reasonable in isolation. Then you get your first real raise. Maybe you jump to $75,000, and the cycle repeats. Better apartment, better car, a vacation you wouldn't have considered before. Each step up in income feels like freedom, but each step actually tightens the grip because you are no longer free to walk away. Your salary is no longer optional, it's required, every single dollar of it to maintain the life you've built around it. Economists have a clinical term for this. They call it lifestyle inflation. I call it the system's second trap, and the cruelest part is that you do it to yourself. Nobody forces you. The system simply presents the options, and human psychology handles the rest. We interpret upward lifestyle movement as progress, but progress towards what? Not towards freedom, not towards wealth, towards deeper dependency. A person earning $500,000 a year can be just as trapped as someone earning $50,000 if their obligations consume everything they bring in. The salary number is irrelevant. The only number that matters is the gap between what comes in and what goes out, and the system is meticulously engineered to keep that gap as close to zero as possible. If you are still here, I need you to pay close attention to this next part, because this is where the trap goes from clever to genuinely sinister, and it is the piece that made me realize this was not just a personal finance problem, it is a structural one. The golden handcuffs you built with your own hands. Let me tell you about someone I know personally. I will call her Priya. She worked in corporate finance, sharp mind, incredible work ethic, earned well into six figures by her early 30s, but every single time the thought of leaving crossed her mind, a wave of dread would wash over her. Not because she loved the job, she did not, because she had already constructed a life that demanded every paycheck. A mortgage on a house she bought because she could qualify for it, a car lease that matched her professional image, her daughter's private school tuition, monthly payments on furniture she bought when she moved in because the house felt empty. One year, her company offered her a promotion, a significant raise. She felt a rush of relief. She felt like she had finally caught a break. Within 4 months, the relief was gone. Her property taxes increased. Her daughter needed orthodontic work. She replaced the car because the lease ended and the new model was only slightly more per month. And just like that, her financial stress returned to exactly the same level it was before the raise. This pattern is not a coincidence. It is the system's most sophisticated feature. Your raises do not reduce your financial pressure. They fund the next layer of obligations. You are not building wealth with your salary increases. You are building a more expensive cage. And that is why studies consistently show that people across vastly different income levels report shockingly similar degrees of financial anxiety. The person earning $30,000 and the person earning $300,000 often feel the same squeeze, because the system is calibrated to ensure your required expenses always expand to meet your income. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, even when that paycheck is substantial, you become the most valuable kind of economic participant. Predictable, controllable. You cannot take risks. You cannot start something of your own. You cannot invest in your ideas. You cannot say no to unreasonable demands at work. Every dollar you earn is already promised to someone else before it even arrives. Your landlord, your lender, the car company, the insurance provider. They are all guaranteed revenue. You are the product that keeps their systems running. But what does the arrangement give you? The illusion that you are winning. The question that changes everything. I want you to do something right now. Be completely honest with yourself. If your income stops tomorrow, every source, how many months could you sustain your current life? If your answer is less than 3 months, you are not financially stable. You are financially dependent, and you are not alone. Research consistently suggests that a majority of working professionals, including many high earners, could not maintain their lifestyle for more than 30 days without active income. 1 month. That is the distance between your current life and a financial crisis. That is not security. That is a beautifully decorated prison cell. The Paycheck Prison normalizes this. It teaches you to believe that the cycle of earning, spending, earning more, and spending more is simply how adult life works. But it is not a law of nature. It is a design, and it was designed by people who benefit directly from your inability to stop running. The moment you realize that your salary is not making you wealthy, it's making you busy enough to never become wealthy, something cracks open in your mind, and you start asking completely different questions. Not how do I earn more, but why does everything I earn disappear? Not how do I get promoted, but how do I build something that does not require my constant presence to survive? Not how do I increase my income, but how do I decrease my dependency on it? Dismantling the prison one wall at a time. This is not about quitting your job tomorrow. That would be reckless for most people, and I am not interested in reckless advice. This is about awareness, because awareness is the first wall that comes down. Once you see the trap as a system rather than an inevitability, you gain the power to start taking it apart. And here's how I've watched real people begin doing exactly that. First, separate income from wealth in your mind permanently. A large salary is income. It's temporary. It stops the moment you stop working. Savings, investments, assets that generate returns without your daily labor, that is wealth. That is permanent. Most people spend their entire careers optimizing for income and never build a single dollar of actual wealth. Second, wage war on the gap. Deliberately, aggressively, and unapologetically keep your expenses below your income. Not by depriving yourself, but by refusing to let every raise automatically translate into a lifestyle upgrade. This feels counterintuitive because the entire culture around you is screaming to level up. Ignore it. Third, redirect that cap into things that work for you while you sleep, not into shinier obligations, into assets, investments, things that grow, that produce, that compound. Every dollar you redirect is a brick in the wall of your eventual freedom. And most critically, build optionality. The moment you accumulate 3 to 6 months of living expenses in liquid reserves, something profound shifts inside you. You are no longer hostage. You can negotiate from strength instead of fear. You can walk away from situations that drain you. You can take calculated risks that were previously unthinkable. You can breathe. The goal is not just to earn more. The goal is to reach the point where you no longer need the next paycheck to survive. Because the moment you don't is the moment you are genuinely free. And freedom, real freedom, is the one thing no salary can buy you, no matter how large the number. The Paycheck Prison is real, it's sophisticated, it's deeply embedded in the way modern life is structured, but it is not inescapable. The people who break out are not smarter than you, they are not luckier. They simply saw the walls for what they were and decided that comfort was not an acceptable substitute for freedom. You have that same choice, right now, today.
If this video pulled back a curtain you did not even know was there, I need you to do 3 things immediately. First, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Every week I release a new breakdown of the invisible systems controlling your financial life, and each one is designed to bring you one step closer to real independence. The next video might be the one that rewires everything for you, so do not let the algorithm decide whether you see it. Second, hit the like button hard. That single action determines how many other people trapped in this exact cycle get the chance to see this information. Third, share this video with one person you care about who is stuck in this cycle without realizing it. You could be the reason they finally see the walls. Now, I need to hear from you because this question has been weighing on me and I want your honest answer. If your paycheck stopped today, how many months could you genuinely survive without changing your lifestyle? And does that number scare you? Be brutally honest. And here's a second one I am deeply curious about. What is the one financial obligation in your life right now that you know is keeping you trapped? The one thing that if it disappeared tomorrow would change everything? Drop your answers in the comments. I read every single one, and the conversations that happen here are some of the most real discussions about money happening anywhere online. I will see you in the next one.